Hey everyone, so today we're going to be making penne alla vodka, but I didn't have any vodka, so we're just going to make it without it. So first we're going to take our medium white onion, cut it in half, and then we're going to dice it. Next, we're going to heat up some olive oil in a pan until it's shimmering and then toss in our ground beef. I use lean ground beef from Sam's Club. This was 93% lean, 7% fat. It doesn't have a lot of oil come off of it, and I just prefer to cook with this one when I'm doing dishes like this. After I let it brown for a little bit, I add my 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's. Now it's salt-free, sodium-free, so I go pretty heavy when I use this one because it's so good and I can use as much as I want. Then I hit it with a little multi-purpose umami seasoning from Mushroom and Company. This is also from Trader Joe's. I sprinkle a little bit of this. It just enhances the flavor in ways like I really don't know how to describe, but it helps. Then I just go ahead and mix that in as I brown my meat a little bit more just to make sure it's all incorporated. Then I go in with some garlic pepper. I get this grinder from H-E-B. It's my favorite. I love freshly ground black pepper, so I just use that. It also has some garlic and sea salt in it. Then I put a little more garlic powder in there and some Italian seasoning. Sprinkle that on there really well and then mix that in to make sure it's incorporated as well. Then I come behind it with some chili powder, sprinkle that in also. I just continue cooking my meat until it's well browned, and once it's done, I drain it and set it to the side. While I was cooking my meat, I had a big, large pot of salted water boiling, and once it came to a rolling boil, I just put in my penne pasta. You can use any noodles you want, but obviously this recipe says for penne, so I would suggest penne. While my noodles are cooking, I add some more oil to that same pan I browned my meat in, and then I'm gonna toss in my diced onions and cook those up. So you wanna brown those until they're a little translucent. It takes probably about 3 to 5 minutes. About halfway through when my onions are cooking, I'm then going to add in my minced garlic, and then I'm going to make sure it's well incorporated, mixed in, and then just continue cooking until the onions are a translucent color, a little bit of brown edges, and just keep cooking until they turn that color. When my onions are done, I'm going to come in with my red pepper flakes and sprinkle that in, and then just do the same thing. Make sure it's well mixed in with my onion and garlic mix as I cook it. I'm then gonna come in with my tomato paste. You're gonna take it and put it right in that same pan with your onion and garlic mix, and then make sure you mix it well in. Cook it probably about 2 minutes, make sure it's mixed in well. That'll get rid of the aluminum taste if you used a canned tomato paste. Here I'm adding in some of the pasta water from the noodles that are still boiling just to deglaze the pan, and then I just give it a quick stir until everything's all smoothed out. Now I'm gonna come in with my 1 cup of heavy cream, and the same thing, I'm just gonna add it after I turn my heat to low and slowly mix it in until it's well incorporated and smoothed out. While I was cooking the mixture, I also added a big pinch of salt to taste. I then added my noodles that I had drained. Now you want to cook your noodles slightly less than al dente. So like this box of noodles said it would take 9 minutes to get to al dente. So I cooked it for 7. The reason for this is because your noodles are going to continue cooking in your sauce. And here I'm just mixing it in. And this is when I also realized, hey, this is too big for this pan. So I decided to go ahead and use my wok. It was larger. It's something I should have used in the first place. And all I did was just transfer it over into my wok pan, and then just the same process, just kept giving it a quick stir. In this step, you're also going to add some of the pasta water that you reserved just until it gets to the consistency you want. I didn't have to use too much, but I did have to toss in a couple of spoon. And you want to make sure you're using that pasta water that you had when you were boiling your noodles, just because you want to use that good starchy water. After my noodles were to al dente, I then added in my ground beef from earlier that I cooked, and then just stir that in. After stirring it in, I noticed it wasn't as much sauce as I wanted, so I just made a little extra on the side. I just got the rest of my tomato paste, some more heavy cream, and just whipped up a little extra. I let it simmer on the side pot, and then I just mixed that in with the batch that I already had. I then grabbed some Parmesan cheese. I like to grate it myself. I just feel like it's better because, you know, if you buy that pre-grated Parmesan cheese, it has a coating on it to keep it from sticking. When you hand grate it, it just melts better. And I'm just going over the top of that with some fresh grated Parmesan cheese. Now, this step is optional. Some people just use the grated Parmesan cheese as a topping, but Gabe likes cheese, so I decided to just mix it in. And here it is plated. I just added a side salad with this and added some fresh grated Parmesan cheese on both the salad and the pasta. And then I also served it with garlic bread. I just got one of those loaves from Walmart where you just pop it in the oven. I split that one in half and sprinkled mozzarella on top of one half of it. So we had both cheesy garlic bread and regular garlic bread. I hope you enjoyed this super easy recipe.